Will, and I'm here to help you clean up your church and remove tripping hazards on your stage to make your tech work more effective and purpose-driven. Let's just get right into it. So my first tip for you is to use Gaff Tape. Gaff Tape comes in 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch rolls. You can get it in vinyl back or cloth back. We love the 2-inch cloth back. It's easy to work with, and we can just tape down our cables, make them nice and straight, and they don't catch any light when they're straight, so they just kind of disappear. And that way we can avoid that classic messy church stage look where all the cables are just scrambled everywhere. This is great to remove tripping hazards, of course, around places where people walk, and it also saves your equipment from getting torn up. My next tip for you is to remove anything from the stage that doesn't absolutely need to be there. So this can be things like piles of books, hymnals, Bibles. It can be a jar of pencils. Whatever it is, just remove it. If it's equipment from last week that's not being used this week, just get it off the stage. It doesn't need to be there. You can also remove things like guitar amps off stage. You might think that needs to be up there, but it will function perfectly fine if it is not on stage. And in fact, it's a lot of times acoustically better if it's off stage. Now, if you're like us, we don't have a backstage area, so we built tech baffles made of PVC piping and black cloth. That way we can have our stereo amp set up for our electric guitar off stage and no one ever sees it. It works like a charm, and we have used them every Sunday since we built them, so I really recommend that you use them as well. The next tip is to put Velcro ties on everything. Every single cable has the same black Velcro tie. We even put Velcro ties on our mic stands, so that way when we strap cables down, there are double Velcro ties. This not only makes things look clean, but it also is a great way to set up and tear down without having to use too much gaff tape, because you don't want to spend too much money on it, but at the same time, it saves your equipment. So for example, we'll use our ME500s for our personal mixers, and we'll use a headphone extension cable that is Velcro tied to the music stand that it's connected to. And that basically means if someone tugs or pulls or trips on that cable, it pulls on the music stand, not the wimpy little headphone jack on the back of the personal mixer. So Velcro ties are a must. The next tip I have for you is really simple. That is to just flatten all of your music stands. Music stands are probably the most obtrusive visual thing on any church's stage, and they're a necessary evil, right? We need them. We can't memorize all of our music, especially since a lot of our musicians are volunteers, but we can move our music stands to a flat angle, and it reduces their size by about half, which is just a way too easy tip to pass up. So I recommend that you do it and see what you think. The last tip is to just be mindful of your environment. So this can be a little bit more nebulous, so let me give you an example. We have a black stage, so it's helpful for us to do things like use black music binders. If our projectors or our confidence monitor fail, we want to have music binders nearby as a backup. So we have to keep them on stage. So what we'll do is, instead of just setting them any which way, we will set them in such a way that they actually kind of disappear to anyone who doesn't already know that they're there. So this could be a really creative way for $0 that you can really improve your spaces, clean them up, and make them more purpose-driven. We all know that there are a ton of messy stages in churches where the cables are just clumped everywhere, and people are tripping on those cables. The cables are getting messed up, equipment's getting broken. We need to shepherd our resources well. So share these tips with other people, whether it's this video or you just repeating them and implementing them in your own church, so that way we can just collectively shepherd our belongings better. So let me know if I've missed anything. What do you do to keep your church clean? As always, it is about serving the Lord with our resources, not serving our resources with our resources. So I recommend that you pray over all your belongings, all of your technical equipment, and offer it to the Lord to be used for His glory, not our own. And you all know that we can get really excited about gear, and that's fun, that's good, but it's not the purpose. So stay focused on the Lord and have a great rest of your day.